Here we are on the west end of the beautiful island of Bermuda, and right past this plot of land behind me called Convict Cemetery is a very unique beach full of translucent treasures. Let's go check it out.
We pray for peace, comfort for family, protection.
We're here at the site of an old naval dump where we find the remnants of an old glass factory. Here you'll find hundreds of thousands, perhaps even millions of sea glass. One of my favorite hobbies in life is actually collecting sea glass. Now, I'm not going to collect any here today, but sometimes back at home in Hawaii, when the waves are too small to go surfing or the water is too murky to go scuba diving, you'll find me on my hands and knees on the beach searching for sea glass. Now, I know this may sound strange to some of you, but allow me to share with you why I enjoy it so much. You see, to the common eye, these small pieces of glass are considered trash, rubbish, garbage, not worth paying any attention to. But for a melancholy like me, I find them and I see them as beautiful treasure. Some are as big as rocks, others are as tiny as grains of sand. The most common colors are brown, green, and also milky white. Now sometimes if you're lucky, you'll come across the cobalt blues and the ruby reds and the royal purples. But friend, have you ever thought about where sea glass actually comes from? Well, let me tell you, because there's a powerful lesson in it. It comes from glass bottles that were discarded decades ago into the ocean. It is then broken to pieces by the pounding surf and the clashing waves. It is then polished by the constant friction of the sand and surrounding elements. All the sharp, rough edges are worn down into a smooth, translucent treasure like this. And the longer it stays in the churning sea, the more beautiful it becomes. But often trampled underfoot, most people don't pay any attention to sea glass. For most people, sea glass is just too small to notice. Most don't attach any value to what I would consider translucent treasure. You see, the reason why I find sea glass so amazing and captivating is because to me, it's a reflection of God's amazing grace. These broken pieces of glass remind me of how God can bring beauty out of brokenness. How He can take something that has been destroyed and discarded and polish it down and make it into an attractive treasure. Now friend, if you're anything like me, you know that you've made many mistakes in your life. Perhaps you've been used and abused and discarded by others as worthless. And just like freshly broken glass, piercing the tender foot of an unsuspecting bypasser, perhaps in your brokenness you have cut others with your words and actions. Maybe a sharp word or a rough response has cut someone close to you, like a spouse or a parent, a child, a friend, or even an enemy for that matter. And because of that, there are wounds, hurtful wounds in your relationships that have yet to be healed. You know, we've all done things in our brokenness that we regret, things we wish we could go back and change. They say that hurt people, and that's true about human nature. Even the best of us have made mistakes.